What a save!
My guy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 2018 Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition, all skills, no out of bounds, no teleport anywhere tournament. My name is Shed. I'm joined here by Clean. How are you doing today?
Doing quite well. It's just been a lazy day where I've just been watching Ori, so and it's gonna continue. Talk about who we've got tonight, Shed.
Absolutely. To be honest, the lazy day just watching Ori sounds great. But anyway, this race we've got coming up for you today, right now, from the Forlorn Ruins group, Eviona versus Grimelios. Do you want to tell us about Eviona a little bit, Clean?
Yeah. So Eviona definitely is going to be a leader in this tournament. They have a PB of 29:45, which they set not too long ago, and they've been playing for quite a while. I'd say just less than a year, about 8 months. If when you're gonna watch them race, you'll actually notice there's the way it's set up for their stream. It's a little weird, so you may notice that they have a giant mouse, and that's normal.
Yes, Eviona, of course, known for the gigantic cursor. It's quite hilarious. But on the other hand, we have Grimelios, who is one of the old boys of the community. Started running right when the first game, the non-definitive edition, came out, and has been running since then. He has a personal best of 36:24 in this category, which was set not too long ago, actually. So he's been derusting pretty well.
Yeah. So Grim's gonna be playing with a controller. But Grim, the only rebind that Grim has set for himself is the toggle the UI. So pretty much every other trick he's gonna do, rocket jump, charge dash, it's all gonna be with no binds. So he's practiced that very well, and we'll see how that works with him tonight.
Yeah, it's not a very common thing. A lot of the runners will set up binds to make tricks or small tricks like that just easier for themselves, but Grim has opted not to do that. So almost a show of skill from him. But we'll be getting started very shortly here. Looks like we had a little bit of a tech issue, but it's cleared up now, and they will be starting right about now. So let's head over to the race.
Definitely very excited. This will be quite a fast one, with both these guys put up very impressive times so far in the tournament. I believe this is Eviona's first race, and this is going to be, I believe, Grim's second or third. So he's almost done with his races, and Eviona, hopefully we won't see too much stage fright from them.
That is a very good point. Yeah, this is Eviona's first race. They did not compete in the tournament last year either, having started after that one was over, of course. So this is their first race ever. We'll have to see if the nerves get to them a little bit. Grim, a grizzled veteran, I don't think he'll be too nervous about the race itself. But in terms of raw PB time, he is the underdog.
Yeah, but he's felt very confident about the tricks he's attempted, Fast Ompless and Sorrow. So he's got a little bit of confidence to himself, and I'll give it to him. He's kind of calmed down the nerves after actually playing in front of an audience, so he's feeling good about this one.
Yeah, as we start off the race here, you'll see not too much difference from these runners. It's very difficult for any sort of large deficit to appear in the early stages of the game.
That's right, they're picking up Sign, also known as the Spirit Flame, and this is our main use of attack. And Grim's going for kind of a time shot, very consistent, while Eviona looks like they're going to just be mashing.
Yeah, you can immediately notice the difference as well, as Eviona was slightly behind going into the Frankie fight and is now slightly ahead. This, of course, is a difference between the input methods. We mentioned Eviona is a KBM runner, so is access to scroll wheel mashing, whereas Grimelios is a controller runner and therefore has opted to pace his shots for a little bit more DPS than a raw mash would do.
Yeah, definitely. But even though with the leads in the early game, it doesn't mean too much. That because big lead changes are often to happen later in the game.
Absolutely.
They're getting a key here, so they are able to set up the ghost door trick to skip the door cutscene, and Eviona and Grim pull it off very nicely.
Grim unfortunately had 2 health, so it takes him a little bit longer to die.
And Eviona is actually they're going for a 5 health strat, but they're not going for the one in Glade. So Eviona's gonna get a little bit of the lead, and Grim is opting to go for the Glade's health cell.
Yes, this gives Grim some more safety, some extra hits in areas later on in the run that Eviona will not have. But as you can clearly see, it gives Evie the lead for a little while here. Evie will, of course, since they are opting to not clean the water. In that, oh no! Interrupting myself, Eviona took a death to the bramble while going all the way back to the ghost door.
Wow. Luckily,
that's uncharacteristic.
It definitely something you wouldn't really have expected. So now Grim heading down the wall jump. He's gonna get the timed XP on the way out, it looks like, and yeah, I was sure about that Eviona death because they've been used to only having a 5 health run, so I was just a slip up from them.
Yeah, I imagine that's that's evidence of the nerves of this being Eviona's first race, for sure, and an early level up as well. So they will have to take some extra time to kill these brambles on the way back up out of this area. And this is allowing Grim to take an early lead.
Yeah, definitely. They put up some very impressive times, so yeah, this is just simply this them being their first race. A little nervous. We talked to them before the race started, and yes, they were a little bit nervous of being an audience. And definitely, the stress of racing is just as big as actually racing, I'd say. If you can get over that, you can put up some pretty impressive times.
Yeah, you can be the best Ori runner in the world, and the nerves can just take that away from you in an instant. But hopefully they can work themselves out of this funk and be able to put up a good run despite the early trouble they're having here. Grim is heading out of the Glades area, heading down towards Blackroot, the Definitive Edition only area of the game.
Yeah, and Blackroot Burrow is definitely it's not really a section that you can be fast at, and is pretty dangerous for the early game. So hopefully Grim will be able to clear through it nicely. He's currently doing the Save Anywhere glitch to skip cutscenes.
Note also that Grim has an extra health that Eviona does not have, so this area is slightly less dangerous for him, although it is still quite scary. Grim entering the area, Eviona not too far behind, starting their Save Anywhere glitch as well. Grim heading down to an orb down here that we have to carry up to the top to clear the darkness away from the area. That's just a story progression objective.
He did pick up the XP though from that slime, so I'm not sure what kind of XP route he's running here, but as you can see, the XP is in the spike, so he's not able to get that.
That could be tough. Yes, of course. These runners have been routing their XP up to this point and beyond, and he missed about 10 XP there, which could throw him off. He got an important level up there. That is a good one to get, but he does still need a very specific amount. Oh, having some trouble, dies of the spikes, but had a save, so not too terrible.
There are a few more slimes that Grim's able to kill before getting to the good amount of XP that he needs.
Yes, but they are, of course, back up, and he'll have to take some time loss. Looks like he'll be missing a platform cycle here as well, which just cost him about 8 seconds. This all is giving Eviona some time to catch up. Looks like they have done so. 1 platform cycle behind Grim.
I believe Eviona checked their UI, and they do have they are on the XP round, and they will be skipping this. Oh, actually, no, wait, yeah, they will be waiting for the
Grim. This slime's XP as well.
Wait a minute, I think Eviona leveled up. Yeah, Eviona leveled up with
Really?
very early.
Exceptionally early. You need this level up, of course, is required for a sequence break after this area known as the Frankie Walk that we'll be getting to soon. So Eviona leveling up means that they'll have to take a death and restart that save, and hopefully this time be able to dodge the XP from the slime that they killed. Grim, I believe, is especially low on XP as well, so we'll have to see what he does to back it up.
Yeah, we got some kind of opposite ends of the spectrum here.
Yeah.
Grim's heading up to this lever to be able to activate the darkness cutscene that he will again skip. Eviona is gonna be there shortly, and I definitely would say it's a nerves thing because I did see Eviona check their UI, see that they had enough, but killed the slime anyway. So it was just kind of a confusion with the brain between, I guess, what they actually did.
Looks like Grim should actually be fine on the Frankie Walk. He was able to collect enough XP that he should be fine. Eviona fine as well. They managed to dodge the slime this time, not grab the XP, and not level up, saving it for when they need it.
That's right. And Grim has gotten Dash, which is basically one of the fastest abilities that's used to traverse throughout the run. So it'll be used quite a large amount as he uses it to jump over the slow zone and make his way to the Frankie Walk.
Yep, Grim heading up to start his Frankie Walk. Eviona grabbing Dash now as well, and will soon be starting their Frankie Walk. I want to make a note here. I noticed that Eviona has Quick Flame leveled, which means that they will not be doing the Frankie Walk with Magnet. They will be doing a more difficult version of the trick we call Magnetless, since you don't have Magnet. It's very intuitive. But it is, as I mentioned, more difficult, so we'll have to see how skilled they are in pulling it off.
So
Grim having a little trouble getting the Frankie over here, but he eventually does. And you'll see this XP fly towards him at high speed, leveling him up, allowing him to put some extra energy in this door they normally wouldn't be able to. Gets an extra energy for a safety save as well, so this Death Gauntlet right immediately after isn't as scary as normal.
It's definitely one you don't see too often, people able to get that extra energy to a save, so the Death Gauntlet is immediately less terrifying.
And on your left side of your screen, Eviona setting up for Magnetless Frankie Walk and pulls it off beautifully.
Very nice.
That is much... Oh, no. Oh,
no. A little bit.
Oh, no.
They dashed a little too early and fell off, so they're back at the dash tree. That's
very unfortunate.
Grim looked like he wasn't going to try for the grotto cycle skip, but
it looked like he tried for it, but unfortunately ran into the crystal and missed it. So not terribly important. Just 8 seconds lost there. But Eviona lining up to try Frankie Walk again.
Definitely, we hope they can make it through the second time here.
Again, reminder, they're doing the more difficult version as well, so they pulled it off nicely the first time. See if they can do it a second time. Grimelios has gotten all the way to the double jump tree. Picking that up, going to be starting a quick blind movement. Eviona, second time Frankie Walk. Perfect again.
See about this Death Gauntlet.
That looks a little better. There you go. Watch the Frankie. All good. Got some crushers and some brambles in the way. And at this point, they should be fine. Picking up an energy here. Maybe they'll opt for a safety save. Looks like they... And they're through.
Very nice. So, Grim here has gotten his double jump ability. He's now going to head out of Moon Grotto by doing a Grotto skip trick. He'll skip about a minute of not having to run around to the left there. And gets it on the second try. Very nice for Grim.
Yeah, it's a difficult quick series of jumps there, but he shows off that he is not as rusty as he should be for not having played in a while.
Definitely.
Practice is paying off.
Yeah, definitely. He's currently overtaking here by Eviona. I'm not sure how much of a deficit Eviona is at, but they're heading down to the double jump tree. Very nice movement so far.
Grim now grabbing the water vein. This is a key, effectively, for the first dungeon that we will now be heading up to. Eviona will be grabbing theirs soon, now that they have the double jump tree as well.
And that was super nice blind movement there. They're actually able to get the second part of the wall of the spike, so
that's very impressive, yeah.
Grim is standing on this teleporter so that they can use it later. Just dashing past this slime here.
Eviona now heading into their attempt at Grotto Skip. First try makes it look absolutely easy.
And that's where you see the that's definitely where you see the 29-minute PB Eviona come into play. It's making these tricks that some people take multiple attempts at, does it in one just like that.
Heading up these grotto walls, absolutely no trouble. Fancy jumps. Oh, misses once.
A little bit of trouble with the cutscene skip. I think everyone's able to get it off. Grim is now heading up to the Ginzo tree.
Of course, he'll be skipping a cutscene right at the start here. Nicely done. And into the tree itself.
A very vertically oriented dungeon, as you'll see. Grim having to traverse through many hanging logs.
Putting your newfound double jump skills to the test.
Definitely.
Eviona's movement is definitely she's doing well for herself right now, which is good. Seems like the nerves might have worn off. We'll have to see if they can continue to make up some of this deficit they have.
And they're definitely able to, as they're not even halfway through the complete run yet, but they're doing quite well. Grim is heading through the tree with all these teleporters going throughout. And Eviona is heading to this teleporter so that they can use it for the final stretch of the run.
Grim doing some fancy backflips going on.
So
of course, you have to wait on the puzzle in that room.
Right. Grim's now heading to the longest fighting sequence we have in the run, which is just a mini boss here.
And again, we get to bring up the difference between keyboard and controller here, as Grim has to pace his shots. Normally, runners are hoping for a 5 cycle, or even 4 if you're really good on this boss, but with pacing, it's significantly more difficult.
Yeah, and the whole boss has an RNG kind of vibe to it, because you never know where exactly they're going to pop out, but you are given a little tip, about 1 frame little tip here to see.
I believe that damage he took at the end was intentional, so everything's fine. Setting up for another ghost door soon.
And yeah, you gotta get to Eviona. They're making quick work of this tree as well. And ooh,
no, that is a purposeful death that allows for a faster cycle in this room. Still gotta wait on the second bullet though. Doing some head banging. And Grim has having some trouble with the ghost door, opts not to go for it, and has now picked up Bash. Bash, of course, the objectively best skill in the game.
Definitely sets up for a lot of interesting tricks that they'll use later on, and it's just for very quick movement throughout the rest of this tree and the rest of the run in general. Eviona's already done with their boss, so again, just the quick movement is catching themselves up with Grim.
Yeah, we'll have to see just how far behind they are at the Bash tree, but they're doing a fantastic job of recovering after the couple early deaths they had. Go ahead.
They actually used Quick Flame to make that boss a little easier, so I guess that
right.
plays into the magnetless Frankie Walk there by getting.
Yeah, that is in fact, the reason that you would go for a magnetless Frankie Walk is that boss goes much faster. You can easily do a 4 cycle with Quick Flame.
Grim had a successful key dupe there. As you see, he died while the keys were in the door, so he gets 3 extra copies of it. And he's actually 5 seconds ahead of his PB currently, so he's definitely on pace for a good run so far.
That's just fantastic. We'll have to see if he can keep up the pace, of course.
Yeah, there's only a 48 difference now, but again, Eviona is catching up fast.
Yeah, we had about a minute 10 differential at the double jump tree, down to 50 seconds at the bash tree. So Eviona catching up. Still got quite a ways to go after the 2 early deaths they had. Grim is now teleporting to one that a teleporter that we grabbed earlier down in Grotto. Will be setting up for the swamp entry trick.
And because of the we're not doing clean water, we have to have another way to get Stomp, which is an ability in the Thornfelt Swamp. So they're going to be manipulating a frog shot to be able to break some terrain to get it in there.
Yes, normally if you do the Ginso escape, which again we are skipping, it would drop you right into swamp. But it turns out that it's faster to not do that. Grim with some complex bashes here. Being on controller, the glitch double bashing is significantly more difficult for him. That would normally allow him to redirect himself in the same direction as whatever he bashed, but that is not an option to him.
He's going to buffer a shot and gets through first try. Very nice.
Fantastic job.
And I think Eviona on the left. Yeah, messed up a cutscene skip at first, but was able to make it up as they now go to try out the swamp entry trick as well.
Eviona has access to the double bashes. You see one right there. So opts for a faster setup involving these double bashes. Very nice job.
Gosh, that was very clean. Very nice.
Exceptionally quick, yes.
So Grim is at the stomp tree, and again, Eviona not far behind at all. They're gonna be saving here right in front of this door so they can get through it quicker, and actually use the hyper speed trick there. Do a little bit of high five on the stomp tree.
Grim on his way out, Eviona on their way in.
So you definitely have a trick or two coming up that if one of them doesn't make it, or Grim doesn't make it, Eviona definitely got a chance to catch up, and that's the Kuro cutscene skip, where one of the hardest cutscenes to try to skip in this game. You have to be very precise on your bash shot, and let's see how Grim does.
Yeah, Grim said before the race that he is not especially confident with his execution on this particular skip, so we might be saying hi to the big bird here. Let's see on the right side. Opts for not the first or second or third shot. Nope.
He's not going to get it, so he's going to watch this bird, and Eviona was able to make it only a 27-second difference now, but now Eviona's going to really close this gap.
Yeah, this cutscene is 17 seconds long, so if Eviona is able to skip it, that differential drops down to only 10 seconds between the runners, and they do.
They do, so we have a very close race coming up. Eviona, this quick movement from them, it's just phenomenal so far. Besides that early game, Eviona has made quick work of this run.
Definitely looks like they're hitting their stride now after those early deaths, able to recover, put on a good show for us here. Runners reloading to skip a cutscene at the same time now. And they'll be heading down to grab Charge Flame. Now, Charge Flame is casually the third skill you're supposed to pick up. We're getting it like, what, 7th?
Yeah. And we got 2 different types. Yeah, it's normally supposed to be really early, but you get it really late. We got 2 different types of tricks going on here. It depends on where you want to set the save for this next Save Anywhere trick. They're both heading to Hollow Grove now to try this. And with quicker movement, I think Eviona is going to take the lead here. And
that's it, yeah. Well. Eviona managed to catch up during that cutscene skip and take the lead.
Now they're heading to the left side of the map, which has lots of birds, as we're going to try to use for the rest of the run.
Right about now is when the run really picks up in technical movement skill. We have access to air dash and pretty soon charge dash that allows for some very fast movement, but is also very precise.
That's right. So Shed, tell us about this trick Fast Omplet that Eviona did. go try now.
Of course. Coming up, we're going to see Eviona use a bash to launch a spider shot off to the left, seemingly at random. Of course, it is very precisely heading towards some rocks that you would normally need to stomp, but the spider shot can break them. And then they'll be heading off to the right to try and catch an ability cell before the spider shot gets there. Let's see if they're able to do it. Looking good so far.
Excellent.
Perfect. Grim is attempting it as well on the right side. He is much less confident in this trick, and being a controller runner does not have as the precision, but gets it as well.
Both get it, so it's a super close, pretty much tied race at Feather.
That's fantastic. Grim, besides the Kuro cutscene skip, he was also saying that he's very, very not confident in his fast stompless, but that was well done. And our runners will be right neck and neck at Feather here.
Now we got some pretty scary section coming up called Sorrow Pass, which all the spikes there will do 4 damage, and I believe with both these guys doing their current health, they're going to be a little scary, and Eviona's going to a double bash trick from Sorrow Bash, gets it!
First try, showing off their skill. Grim attempting his after a quick stop for some energy and a safety save up the left here.
Can't really do this double bash trick. I have to just manipulate the bird here. But man, Eviona is making quick work so far of Sorrow Pass.
Grim had a little bit of a sketchy one, but also gets it first try. Both the runners showing off their skill levels here. Eviona is up through Sorrow Pass all the way to the charge jump tree.
A little bit of a mess up there. He had to get the key. Now gonna try to get this frog shot. He does.
Opting to float up instead of spending an energy on another rocket jump.
So Eviona
in order to make a save here, which is very smart. This high five from the runners.
Yeah. Eviona is using another trick with saving anywhere to break the terrain above them. As now they're going to get the Sunstone, which will be used to get into Horu.
Of course, using the save anywhere required for the Terror Break trick to break the ceiling there, but then they carry it all the way up to also use the same save anywhere to skip a cutscene up here. We'll see Grim doing the same, except his save that he's starting SA from is a little bit closer.
That's right. And
this is a scary section, as you can't really see quite what you're doing in the spikes here, but Grim does it just fine.
Eviona's gonna use another save anywhere glitch to skip this really long cutscene. It's bad if you don't have really any levels to skip it. 2-minute one, but it's not the longest one.
Regardless, you do want to skip it. Grim will be doing the same soon.
Yeah.
Because who cares about lore in this game?
Nah.
Lore is long.
Not right now. Maybe later. Eviona's now heading to Misty, which is not really a trick-based section of the level. It's just all about using the skills that you've been able to collect, and Eviona just making such quick movement. Like,
they're flying through this area.
Like, the stage fright's gone, man. I'll tell you, Shed. I don't see it.
What are these stair cancels? That, if you saw that, that is impossibly difficult. There are so stomp cancels are a trick that a lot of the more skilled runners go for, but stair cancels is a significantly more difficult version of the trick that you saw Eviona pull off there in order to do about like 5 or 6 charge dashes in a row, none of which cost an energy. That is fantastic.
Yeah, Grim also heading to Misty, still a very close race despite Eviona just making quick work with this section. I'd still be at the entrance, man.
Yeah, Eviona's got a significantly faster PB, and we're seeing why right now. Movement through this section has been fantastic. Grim, of course, doing well for himself as well. We are getting word that Grim is quite far ahead of his PB right now, so get excited for that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Eviona, because of their mess-ups in the beginning, I don't believe they will PB, but still will have a very nice time for their first run.
That's some impressive movement as well, canceling charge dashes.
I'm just in awe. I'm just watching this.
Incredibly precise stuff.
Just very clean, very nice. Grim's now at the climb tree, which isn't used too much in this run. But still, we need it nonetheless.
Eviona with a neat little rocket jump there through a very spiky corridor. We'll be heading into the mini boss. Don't blink or you'll miss it. And it's gone.
Did you see it? Oh, too bad if you didn't.
Oh, Grim having some trouble with some spikes there. He's now only got took a hit, but the 4 HP that he has from the Glade's health cell saved him there. Took a safety save. So I don't think he'll be able to take another hit in this section unless he makes another safety save, but
yeah,
he's alive.
And that just, speaking of which, you just gotta give props to Eviona. Doing all of that with only 3 health, where any of those spikes in Misty would kill them instantly.
It's just impressive.
Eviona is now heading to get the last skill, Grenade, which is used, well, we didn't really think it was used for too much, but now it's actually used for a very important trick that is used in the last few seconds of the run.
And of course, being grenade jump and neat little movement tech that is a 1-frame input every single time, it allows you to fly very quickly across the screen, and in fact, skip a cutscene at the end of the run. So we'll have to see if any of Eviona opts for any of the unnecessary grenade jumps, because they can save time if you get them, but
yeah,
if you miss them, they'll just lose you time. Grim is through his mini boss.
Very nice. Again, another quick one, and Eviona is gonna waste their energy and get the grenade ability.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see what based on that Misty movement, I am excited to see what Eviona can do with the last bit of the run here. Oh, tries for one, misses it. Opts for a backup. There you go. That's better.
And that's how you get through that section in about no time at all. Using rocket jumps, and 2 rocket jumps actually.
Oh man, what is this grenade jump? What?
Wait,
I haven't seen this one before.
Wait, what's going on? Alright. What?
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's amazing. I've never seen that one done before.
I might need to try that one. That one's great.
Grim kind of getting a little bit of high five here as Grim's now entering the lower black route as Eviona's leaving it and now heading to the final section. Another grenade jump. A few more. Man, you gotta get
now grabbing their 5th health that they'll need for the final escape, the water at the end. Of course, 5 HP is the minimum, however, and it is quite difficult to make it through with just the 5 health. Some more stir cancels. I love it.
Some more grenade jump.
Another grenade jump. This is... Evie's putting on a show. This is amazing.
So we're pretty much certain that they'll get grenade jump at the last part of the escape. So let's talk about door warp, the second frame perfect trick that Eviona's gonna have to do here. Let's see how it goes.
They're going to exit the game after an autosave and try and enter the door in the first frame the game loads. First try, showing off their skill.
Yeah, I think what else did you expect from what they put on?
Yeah, I would expect nothing less.
So Eviona here, entering the final escape with time of about 30 minutes. Just putting on quite a show. Grim here is exiting Blackroot Burrow. Having a little bit of a mess up there.
Oh no! Oh, this is scary! Oh, the boulder hits him. We'll have to go back to the grenade tree and try all that again.
Yeah.
Eviona flying through the final escape here.
Despite takes another death. Despite the death, Grim's still ahead of his PB by quite a bit. Eviona's now gonna manipulate these fish to try and skip.
Yep, this is the water. This is the scary part. Makes it through. Only 4 hits from the water. Wow, that rock was very close.
That was very close. Trying the last grenade jump.
Lining up the last grenade jump. Here we go.
Ooh.
This is once. Second try. Looks good. Eviona.
Beautiful. Very nice. Grim on the right is getting his, I believe that's his 5th health cell, and now forgetting a bit where he has to go. He has to go to Thorfell Swamp, of course, to finish it out here.
We'll be heading to Horu to attempt his door warp and the final escape. We'll have to see if he opts for a 6th health. I imagine he will. That makes that final swim a little bit easier.
Yeah, we shall see.
Meanwhile, Evie is doing the home stretch, holding right, walking Naru to the end of the game.
Give them props, definitely, for having that mess up there with a little bit of, I want to say it's a little bit of stage fright there from the few mess ups they had at the beginning. They made the rest of the game look like it was a cakewalk.
Ending with a 32:02, an absolutely wonderful time from Evie, especially with the 2 early deaths. Just fantastic movement in the late game there.
I definitely give them props for that, ending with a very respectable, very nice time. And Grim here is now trying his door warp.
I'm gonna guess 3rd try.
Yeah, I could say around 2nd maybe. Ooh, doesn't get the 1st, so let's see about the 2nd.
2nd try.
2nd try, very nice.
He'll be heading into his final escape. Grim was about a minute ahead of this PB at Light Grenade, but unfortunately had a couple deaths on the way here. I don't know how close he is now, but this could be... We might be looking at a personal best for Grim here. We'll have to see how he does in the final escape.
Yeah, I've seen it. It would be definitely will be great for Grim to have. I believe this is if this is not his final match, a very nice time to finish up the group stage. He's gonna charge flame this wall to get through, and now I believe he didn't pick up the health cell. He's got 5, so he's got to mitigate this fish a bit. Yeah, yeah, there you go.
Looks good, and he's through. Heading up to the grenade jump now. Watch out for these rocks.
These rocks are still very deadly with only beyond 1 health. Here we go.
Out, misses once and opts to just watch the final cutscene.
That's definitely you don't want to worry about if you're closer to PB.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm not exactly sure how long this final cutscene is, but I think he did it. I think this is still a PB despite missing the grenade jump at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think Grim made the right decision there. If you don't want to worry about soft locking there, if you don't want with the PBs at stake, I'd say just ending it like that is a good way. So they're gonna have to walk for a little bit longer here.
Yes, of course, the grenade jump would normally skip this section where you walk right with Ori, but Grim's got to do it.
Yeah, and I think he is. His PB is 36-24, and he's just at 35, so definitely.
Yeah, this is definitely a PB. Congratulations, Grim. This was quite the race to watch. We had an early deficit from Eviona with a couple of deaths caused by potentially nerves.
Yeah.
But then a fantastic catch up by them, some fantastic movement. Grim doing very well for themselves as well, with a personal best, brand new 35-13. Very well done from both runners.
Yeah, Grim again just looked very consistent, very nice. Only this miss up at grenade jump, and again Eviona just a beast. After they got over their stage fright, man, it was all over for them.
That was a masterpiece.
But I believe
looks like we got Grim ready for an interview, so I'm going to go ahead and pull him in here.
The group standings will be up in just a little bit here. We still have a few more games to play. I believe we got Mathuko and Cubby in this group as well. So Cubby still I believe got 2 matches to play, and Mathuko's got 1.
All right, I have to correct myself. Looks like we are not going to be interviewing Grim, unfortunately. But regardless, this was a fantastic race to watch.
Yeah, and the despite what happened again, it ended up to be a very close time. So very nice. So you can see there group standings. Eviona is gonna win their first match with a best time 32:02, and Grim's gonna get a new PB of 35:13, and he's gonna go 1-1.
Yeah, so we've still got some more races from this group to look out for.
Definitely, and exciting. We got some really great guys in here. Matluko again. We got a new guy at the field in the field, but he's been making quick work with the game, and probably a long-term player as well. Thanks to the stats guys, did a great job, and definitely probably enjoyed themselves with a very nice race.
Yeah,
they had
thanks
to
to J-Hobbs as well on the restream. He's been at it for a while here, so great job to him.
Our next match here is between Fant TV and Rainbow Poogle. Shed, I believe you're commenting that one as well.
I will be, yes. So you'll see me again at 10 o'clock tonight on Speed Gaming 2, so tune in for that.
So yeah, we got a little bit of a break here before our next match, but that'll do it for us here. So we thank you guys for watching. I've been Clean, and this has been
I've been Shed.
We'll see you in a little bit.
Movement doesn't matter nearly as much as it does in other areas. Nice safety save, I like that. Exactly.
Oh no!
Very much a value safety save. Wow. What a good call there. Make
it tight here, and nice getting through that redirector thingy part. Oh crap!
that.
I miskeyed you just now.
That's really unfortunate.
Let's see now. We might see a high five, and not the kind of high five where one runner's entering, the other runner's leaving, but actually high fiving in the same position. Bit of a still cutscene for Zach. Zach's sitting in the this coming up here. Both runners have actually taken damage, so all the spikes in the area will one-shot them. Oh no, Trite Knight taking a bad death there. He's gonna have to redo the entrance to Valley, and that opens up Zach Near's lead even more. Trite Knight just fired his shot off. I couldn't quite see the angle, so oh gosh, he can still make it. He can still make it. His health is low.
Come on.
He's got the cell, and he's got the shot.
What a save from Trite Knight. And he's
Bash, whoever gets this first is going to determine the lead coming to Sora. Good setup from Zach.
Very
nice
good
bash,
and
he's up there. Will Trite Knight get it on his first attempt? Looking good, and he's in there on the first.
Oh no!
Into the wall.
He wants it.
Setting up. Position looks good to me. He's got the angle, he's got the inputs, and that's going to do it.
GG to Zach here in his final time very shortly.
Right after, so it's not easy. He's gotten both early and late jumps here, and there it is. And no soft lock. Good job.
Quite a race that we had.
Wrong, which is very easily done. It can soft lock your game, so you have to reload twice, and it just loses a lot of time. That is kind of unnecessary in the tournament runs. And we see a perfect example. Oh, these frog shots can be a pain. Sometimes, even if you get the movement correct, they can go straight through the walls, and it's just soul destroying to see you have to do the entire setup again. But he does finally get that shot to break
the bird boss, the true bird boss on the other screen, with Fluffy failing at making a slight mistake with the choral cutscene skip.
Yeah, that's not a cutscene we want to see. Runners can choose to try it on the second time, but yes. And he gets the dream of, oh dear, I should stop saying things. Oh, the bird died.
He decides to jump into the spikes instead of double jumping up the wall. For that, and then there isn't much time left in the run to use that. So Fluffy heading up in Sorobash manages it first try successfully.
Yeah, that was very impressive. It takes 4 health if you move perfectly. And Lucidus only has 5, so one wrong move and she will die. And the final grenade jump was done to perfection. No soft lock for Lucidus, and all she has to do is... Yes,
definitely paid off for her.
Yeah, I think 6 is kind of the average for runners. Oh no! Chooses not to do the grenade jump. I'm not sure if he is familiar with that move. I know it's hard to
dash in a short while.
Oh, I should not have said that. As Sky falls to the bottom of the dash room. So
And as Sky picked up dash, the difference in time is only 38 seconds, so really this could swap over at any point. One death from Brynhold, like right here, could put Sky back in the lead since the last split.
it's quite impressive. We'll see how quickly he gets through this key. Did those keys go in the door?
No, they didn't, so he'll need to do the key.
It pays off.
Sometimes it is even safer to just not skip that cutscene. And Sky making the swamp entry look easy first try.
Twice.
Brynhold going for the cell here, using the frog as well.
As Sky takes it death.
He misses the shot.
I guess he doesn't want as Sky breaks the rocks. Oh, we have a tie on our team. Difference in which frog you use. You get the rocket jump either way. But we definitely will be seeing a difference in Sorrow Bash techniques as Brynhold makes it look easy on the left hand side of your screen.
But still managed to avoid it. Not going for the grenade jump though, which is interesting.
Well, he does have his opponent's screen open, so if he knows he has this lead, he's making a second attempt. Let's see how many attempts he'll be going for. And makes it on the third attempt as Brynhold finishes on the left hand.
Lurking choosing to bait the Frankie out in the water so it jumps in so he doesn't have to go over it.
Oh, and Richard gets his God Cycle, getting that ramp up nicely. And Lurking's just finishing up with his mini boss. Had to take.
I don't think he got it.
Oh no.
He didn't get it. Oh.
But if he bashes these projectiles, he shouldn't have too much of a problem. Yeah, makes it through. Bash this shot up so that he can get the height to get this shot up. And he gets it first try. Very nicely done from him.
As Richard gets Kuro cutscene skip. On your screen, Richard is heading up to the trick we like to call Stompless. Now, he's...
Oh no.
Did he... Oh no!
Lurking took a death, but it's okay because now he has a second attempt with this frog getting up to this cell. It's so easy to get stuck in a loop.
Now, Richard going for Stompless, which he said he might do if he got past Stompless.
Yeah, Richard's also placed a safety save up at the top of this area just to make it nice and easy as he makes it through.
Ooh.
Wanted from that bash, but he'll be baiting these birds again. And Lurking does a
intentional damage.
Yeah, Lurking does a variation on Sorrow Bash to bait this bird into position. For his grenade jump, gets in position, charges up,
and he's through.
It looked good.
He's through.
What a run from Richard.
Did a pretty good time for him. He's going for it.
A bit high. Oh, that stomps in
Saves
time.
it.
Very nicely done. Another one.
Trying again. An attempt. It's good. Good, and he's through.
Nice.
Will, of course, since they are opting to not clean the water, and that. Oh no! Interrupting myself, Eviona took a death to the bramble wall, going all the way back to the ghost door. Off beautifully.
Very nice.
That is much. Oh no! Oh no!
A little bit.
Oh no!
Oh! They dashed a little too early and fell off. So
direct himself in the same direction as whatever he bashed, but that is not an option to him.
He's gonna bump for a shot and gets through first try. Very nice.
Fantastic job. Opts for a faster setup involving these double bashes. Very
Oh my
nice job.
Gosh, that was very clean, very
That was
nice.
exceptionally quick, yes. Yeah, this cutscene is 17 seconds long, so if Eviona is able to skip it, that differential drops down to only 10 seconds between the runners, and they do.
They do, so we have a very close race coming up. Eviona save for this next Save Anywhere trip. They're both heading to Hollow Grove now to try this. And with quicker movement, I think Eviona is going to take the lead here, and
That's it,
pretty
yeah.
well. Like, the stage fright's gone, man. I'll tell you, Shed. I don't see it.
What are these stair cancels? That, if you saw that, that is impossibly difficult. 5 HP is the minimum, however, and it is quite difficult to make it through with just the 5 health. Some more stair cancels, I love it.
Some more grenade jump.
Another grenade jump. This is... Evie's putting on a show. This is... Go.
Ooh.
This is once. Second try. Looks good. Eviona.
Beautiful. Very nice. Grim on the right is... These rocks are still very deadly with only beyond 1 health. Here we go.
Out.
Ooh.
Misses once and
Oh,
opts to just watch the final cutscene.
That's yeah, definitely.